Up until the last, I would say 4 or 5 years since I started my YouTube channel, I was living paycheck to paycheck, struggling to pay rent, struggling to pay my bills, had my car repossessed. I had butter noodles every single night for dinner for 2 years straight. Power turned off, lights turned off. It was just bad. Debt collectors after me, student loans in default. Yeah. I've messed up. Definitely have struggled with money and learned a lot of things the hard way. So my hope is that this video and my YouTube channel, Freedom in a Budget, will help you not to go through those same mistakes that I have. Hopefully you're able to catch it before it gets too deep like where I was, and really just help you make some good progress and eventually win with money as well. We're going to dig deep in today on how to stop living paycheck to paycheck, how to get 1 month ahead on your bills, and really just dig in on those skills that you can have that are going to make you successful with money and going to help you to win with money. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Kelly Ann Smith with freedominabudget.com. Check out the description box for tons of more resources and different things that we're going to be talking about in this video, different videos, different resources that I have for you down below in the description box. So go check it out. There's a lot of great information there. Jumping right in, my first tip is to be frugal on the front end. And what this means, it may sound a little weird, but a lot of times when you're struggling paycheck to paycheck or on the verge of being paycheck to paycheck, you have to be frugal. You have to be frugal on the front end, and that doesn't mean that you're going to have to be frugal forever. I am no longer a frugal person. I still teach frugality and help other people with frugality, but honestly, my husband and I, we're not very frugal anymore because we have sacrificed in the back end, because we've sacrificed for years. We've now gotten to the point where we can pay cash for vacations, we can pay cash for cars, we can, go on a lot of really fun trips, different things like that, have our home, and do a lot of really fun things with our money. So yes, we had to sacrifice in the beginning, but that was part of the journey so that we could eventually build wealth. And now we're able to do lots of fun things. So you may be in the time right now where you have to live really frugally and cut back and do different things to do it. But just know that it's not forever. Eventually you're going to get to that point where you can have an abundance of money and it's just a great free feeling, and I want to help get you there. I want to help you to grow your income as well, and you can only cut back so much until there's a point where you can't cut anymore. And I understand that. I understand when you looked at your budget and there's nothing else you can cut. Now, most people that tell me that, I challenge them, let me look at your budget. I'm sure there's places that you can cut, but even I can only cut so much, and then it gets to the point of the only way to get out of it is to increase your income. So I'm helping with that as well for you guys. So yeah, it's tough. It's a struggle, but just know it's not forever, and it's a season that you're in, and I want to help get you out of that season. Next, I would really strive to get 1 month ahead on your bills. So what that means is stop living paycheck to paycheck. Stop living in that cycle of I have $3 till payday. That's a scary place to be, especially when rent is due and rent may be a couple days late or whatever it is, or your paycheck may be behind, or your paycheck comes on the 3rd, but you have to pay rent to the 1st, and it's a scary thing to be. So get where you can be 1 month ahead on your bills. So therefore, it's December now, so you're paying December's bills with November's paychecks, November's money. And getting to that place is really going to be a comfortable place where you can be like, oh, okay, you don't have to worry about late fees. You don't have to worry about overdrafting. You don't have to worry about overdoing your account and then you're paying fees and then you're even more in the red. So getting to a point where you can get 1 month ahead on your bills. Now, it may take a little bit over time, and we're going to work on some strategies to get 1 month ahead in this video. So stay tuned for that. But getting to the point where you're 1 month ahead on your bills is really going to be a great place to be and a great starting point. The next tip on getting 1 month ahead on your bills and how to stop living paycheck to paycheck, now this may sound a little weird, but stay with me, is to really get in front of your why. Really nail down your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to get 1 month ahead? Is it so that you can have a better life for your kids? Is it so that you can put food on the table? Is it so that you can give more? What is your why? What is the reason that you want to do this? Why you want to get your finances in order? Just having a why of I want to be rich. That's not going to be a good enough why. That's not going to keep you motivated when you want to go impulse spend at Target. That's not going to keep you motivated when you want to go out to dinner at this super fancy restaurant. You need to have a why that's really going to keep you motivated, that when you want to spend money, when you have those triggers come, you can think about your why, you can think about your kids, you can think about the trips that you want to go on, the house you want to buy, whatever it is, and be like, okay, that why is bigger than the sacrifice. I can get through these meal prepped meals, eating lunch today, the same lunch for the fourth day in a row, because that means that I can go on that trip. That means that I can get that house that we've been eyeing. That means that my kids will have a better life than I had. So nail down that why. Nail down it so that you know what you're doing and you don't have any ifs, ands, and buts about it. That your dream you're going for and it's going to happen. Next tip is to have a zero-based budget so that your budget is super concise. It is nailed down so that if anything comes, that you're able to handle it. And have a zero-based budget. It's really going to keep you accountable in your spending, and it's going to help you to stay motivated. When I'm in my budget every couple days, it has my goals there. It has my goals in front of me, and I'm able to say, oh, I'm spending too much money on groceries. I'm spending too much money on eating out. We need to cut back a little bit. Or, hey, we have some wiggle room. Hey, babe, you want to go to a date night this weekend? And it really helps to just keep you on track, keep you motivated. It's like a built-in accountability partner. I have my budget template listed down below in the description, and this is the same budget that I've been using for years. This budget has really helped to keep me accountable, keep it on track. A lot of people don't like tracking their spending. I recommend tracking every single purchase that you make. If you're in your budget every 2-3 days, it takes 5 minutes. I updated my budget today. It did not take me long enough. I think I was done in 5 to 7 minutes flat. Just logged into our different accounts, tracked everything, and I was good to go. So be in your budget every couple days. It really is going to help keep you motivated, keep you accountable. Make sure you finalize your budget at the end of the month. That is huge. I have a whole video on how I personally finalize my budget, has real numbers on how we finalize our budget. I have it linked down below. Sometimes talking is exhausting. I'm wearing myself out right now, but we're going to keep on going. Next is to have a solid emergency fund. Now, I recommend having at least 1 month's worth of expenses as an emergency fund so that if something happens, you can cover it. A lot of people recommend $1,000. I personally don't think that $1,000 is enough, especially with 2020, what 2020 has taught us. 2020 is just a mess, and it taught us that $1,000 is not a lot. And if you have a job loss, if you have pay cuts, all that stuff, it's not going to cover. So I recommend 1 month's worth of expenses as the solid emergency fund, and then you can grow from there. And the biggest thing with emergency fund is, say something happens. For so many years, when an emergency would happen, for me, it was a emergency, crap that hit the fan, something bad happened, something's going on with a car got totaled, a car got wrecked, whatever happened. And it was bad, but not only was it bad an emergency, it was also a financial emergency as well. So it was a double whammy. Now if something happens, it's just an inconvenience. It's just okay, we gotta pull from the emergency fund. We're okay. No one's hurt. It's fine. Or someone is hurt. We'll deal with it. But it's not that financial emergency on top and that added stress on your shoulders. It's just, let's deal with it. Let's deal with what's at hand, not how are we going to pay for this. This is catastrophic. Now we can't pay our bills. What's going to happen? But having that emergency fund to help keep you on track. Next is to come up with some extra cash. Now, I talked before about sometimes you can only cut your expenses so much and then it becomes time to make some extra money. So how are you going to make extra money? That may be selling stuff around the house. I'm sure that we all have stuff that we could go around our house and we can be yeah, I can sell that on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, I can sell those clothes on Poshmark, or yeah, I can sell this on Craigslist or eBay or whatever it is. There's so many different ways that you can sell things, so many different apps and stuff as well. So sell some stuff around the house if you have to. Another thing that you can do is use your Christmas bonus. If you're getting a Christmas bonus or a tax return, use that to get 1 month ahead on your expenses. Use those different things to beef up your savings, to beef up your getting 1 month ahead on your bills. Also, pick up a side hustle. I have a whole playlist on different side hustles in quarantine, side hustles you can do from home, side hustles that you can do all over the different places, tons of different side hustle videos. So I'll have them linked down below. I also have a brand new course called Dream It or Profitable that if you have a small business, if you have an online business, or if you want to get into copywriting, or if you want to get into virtual assistant, or if you want to get into all these different things, that you can take this course and it's going to help you go to the next level. I teach how I went from $0 to $5,000 a month in my business, and I'm going to help you do that a lot faster than I did. I've learned a lot of things along the way. So I'm going to help you to coach you along so that you can do a lot faster, so that you can increase your income, so that you can create systems and confidence and clarity in your side business, and you can take it to the next level. So if you're a super beginner side business, haven't started one yet, take this course. It's really going to help you increase your money, increase your revenue. So side hustles are a really, really great way to increase your savings, to get 1 month ahead on your bills. Stop living paycheck to paycheck. I personally think everyone should have a side hustle. No, I'm going on a tangent here, but I think everyone should have a side hustle, that we should not be relying on only one stream of income. One stream of income, just your day jobs, is not enough. You need multiple streams of income so that if something happens to your day job, you have something else to fall back on. If something happens to this side job, you have this to fall back on. Multiple streams. We have 7 streams of income between my husband and I honestly think that that's the best way to go. Next is to automate your savings. Have a certain amount that you put to savings every single month to get to that point where you get 1 month ahead, or whatever your goal is. But put that automation in so that every time you get a paycheck, every time the new month comes, whatever it is, it just gets automatically transferred. And then it's just like a normal bill. It's just like taxes coming out. You don't notice it. You can't make excuses, and it process, oh well, nothing I can do about it now. We got to cut places other ways to cover the expenses, because once it's automated, it really takes a lot of the excuse out of it. But if you have to physically go and transfer, you're less likely to do it. The next step is to ask for accountability. Just like working out, just like you wanting to lose weight, asking for an accountability partner is really going to help you get farther along in your progress. If you have someone that's looking at your food journal, you're going to be less likely to eat the cake or the pie or whatever it is. So having someone that's going to be looking at your budget, you're like, oh dang, yep, this is a lot. I don't want to spend this money, because then they're going to be like, why did you spend this? So accountability partners, they're not there to shame you and judge you, but they're there to be like, okay, what's this expense? And why did we spend that? And they may do it in a joking manner, but at the same time, you're like, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. And think about how amazing it would feel, on the contrary, to go to your accountability partner and say, hey, I put $500 towards my debt this month, or I saved $300 and I transferred it to my savings, and look at this goal that I hit. I was under budget. It was awesome. Think about the relationship with your accountability partner, or the conversations that you'd be having with your accountability partner that way, versus yep, I just way overspent on some money, so that sucks. So having that good relationship with your accountability is so important, whether it's someone that's a coach or a mentor, whether it's me, I do budget coaching as well, or a friend, or whoever it may be. Having someone that's going to be accountable to you, and you, vice versa, it's really going to help motivate you, and maybe even doing some savings challenges or some debt payoff challenges where you can go and compete of who can save the most money first, or who can pay off the most amount of debt, or whatever it may be. That's a really fun way to motivate you, to push you forward. I also have tons of savings challenges, different ways that you can do to keep yourself motivated, keep it going. I'll have them all linked down below in the description box for you. Next is to write down your goals. Have your goals in front of you. Have big goals that you dream up, and big goals that push you, to motivate you to pay off more debt, to save more, to invest more, whatever it is. But write down your goals. Write down how you're going to get to your goals as well. Like for instance, with YouTube, say I want to get to 40,000 subscribers. I'm super close to 40,000 subscribers right now. So just writing down a goal of 40,000 subscribers, that's not going to get me to 40,000 subscribers. What's going to get me to 40,000 subscribers is the type of video. So Kelly, you're going to put out 3 videos a week. You're going to do a ton of research on those videos so that you know how to rank in search. You're going to reach out to other YouTubers to collaborate. You're going to build relationships with your community. You're going to post your videos on social media. You're going to email your videos to your email list to get more engagement that way, and to tell your VIP email list about your videos. So those are actionable things that I can do to hit my goals. The same with money. How are you going to save? Okay, I want to save $300 this month. Well, that means if I cut $50 from these categories, then I can save that money. Or that means that I'm going to meal prep this week instead of going out to eat. Okay, that means that I can do X, Y, and Z instead of doing this. That's how I can actually make sure that I hit my goals versus just writing them down. I want to be rich. I want to save $500. Okay, how are you going to do it? Break down how you're going to do it and keep yourself accountable. Next is lose the scarcity mindset. Now, this may come off not good, but it needs to be said. And I it breaks my heart when, and I'm getting emotional because I see this so often, especially in my personal life with my personal coworkers, my family, different people like that, where they say, I'll always live to paycheck, or I'll always be behind my bills. I don't make enough money. I'll never make enough money. I can never live that lifestyle that you live, or I'll always do this. I don't have time for this, or I don't have time to build a business, or I don't have time for whatever it is. Get out of that mindset. Get out of that scarcity mindset that you'll never have enough, that you don't have enough time, you don't have enough money. Stop thinking like that. That thought process, and I don't want to get woo-woo, I'm not a woo-woo person, but that process is that getting all jumbled up. That thought process is not going to push you forward. That thought process is not going to make it better. What's going to make it better is having the thought process of, I've got this. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make time. I'm going to do whatever it takes to sacrifice and do what I have to do. Guys, when I started my YouTube channel, I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to film a video. I didn't know how to do anything. I thought I didn't have time. There were so many reasons of why not to do it. But guess what? I stopped watching TV. There's time. I watched YouTube channels and YouTube videos on how to edit. I watched YouTube videos on how to do this. I read books. I researched. I reached out to people. There's so many resources out there. If you have a desire, if you want a way to get something done, you're going to find a way to get it done. It's all about that mindset of I can, I will, versus woe is me. I don't have time. I don't have the money. I'll always live like this. My family's always lived like this. My family's always been poor. I'll always be poor too. It's so great that you make so much money and you can live this life. And oh, that's so cool. I'll never be able to live like that. Guys, no. You're living like that because you're thinking like that. That's step number one. You need to get out of that thought process, get out of that mindset, stop talking like that, and really take action and change your mind. Say, I'm drawing a line in the sand right now. Today, it's all changing. It's all changing. And you know what? I'm going to end on this high note. If you want to learn how to build multiple streams of income, how we have 7 streams of income, check out this video here. And if you want to know how to hit your 2021 goals, check out this video here.